Hello, everyone, and thank you for being here today. We are Judge Journalism International, and we're happy to welcome you to this year's award ceremony, the 17th Annual Excellence in Journalism Contest. I'm Regina Lopez. I'm from Mexico City, and I've been part of YI for the last 6 years. I've been part of the board of directors, and in 2024, I helped organize the YGI Mexico City International Convention. And I would like to invite you all to say hello in the chat and saying who you are and where you're from.
Hi everyone, I'm Hostettler-Davis from Wales, the UK. I've been part of YGI for the past 6 years as well, and I'm now an associate editor and sit on the YGI board of directors. I'm so excited to be hosting this year's ceremony alongside Regina, after many years of eagerly awaiting to see whether student work I had entered had won an award. It's always a fantastic event, and it's great to see you all here. And as Regina said, please do feel free to introduce yourselves in the chat.
And besides delivering exciting news about contest winners, today we will also share quotes about World Press Freedom Day, which is tomorrow.
This is the 17th year of this contest, but Youth Journalism International itself has been around since 1994, helping to empower young people. Headquartered in Auburn, Maine, YGI has published work by students from all 7 continents. At YGI, we have a firm faith in the next generation of journalists and in shining a light on the great work they do, whether it is published by YGI, by a high school newspaper, or on a teen's own blog.
This contest recognizes that excellent work. In today's ceremony, we will be reading the names of all the winners, sharing many comments by the contest judges, and sharing some of the best work recognized this year.
A complete list of the winners with all the names and all the comments by judges will be published on the contest section of Youth Journalism International's website by Monday night. Here's where to look for it.
Happy World Press Freedom Day from London. Today is a reminder that our voices can elicit change. None of us are exempt from being held accountable to the standard of our shared humanity. By speaking up against injustice today, we can protect our freedom tomorrow.
This was a quote for our fellow student, Angela, and this year's contest attracted astonishing work from hundreds of students around the world. Those earning awards represent 6 continents, 28 countries, and 19 states within the United States. Students from more than 40 high schools, colleges, and universities won prizes from their work.
The contest covered work published in English between January the 1st, 2025 and December the 31st, 2025 for non-professional student journalists aged 19 and under. In the interest of time, we will not read all the comments from judges, but as I mentioned, you can see them all on the website on Monday.
And before we begin the big reveal and announce the winners, we do want to pause and thank you the incredible professionals who give their time and expertise to evaluate the hundreds of entries that come each year. These YI contest judges work hard and with great care. Without these amazing professionals who volunteer their time and expertise, this contest would not be possible.
You'll hear from them today, but we urge you to also check out their bios on the website. Thank you, judges. This is a word from one of our judges in Nigeria, who is also a member of the YGI Board of Directors. This year's awards featured an exceptional collection of entries from students worldwide, showcasing a remarkable level of talent and dedication to reporting newsworthy events. Submissions demonstrated both a deep commitment to rigorous journalistic standards and an impressive mastery of balanced reporting. These were more than just student stories. They were strong pieces of journalism that tracked significant global issues and breaking news. To all participants, you should be immensely proud of your work. Bravo.
Now we go on to name the winners of the prizes. The first category is news. And the first award for enterprise reporting by an individual, the first place goes to Cornelia Tomasevsky of secondary school Pakokira, Pavlikeni, Bulgaria, for Bulgaria considers grading student behavior and fines for parents. And the judges comment, This was a really interesting read on a timely topic. The article had compelling stats up at the top and fantastic use of perspective, comparing the proposed fine to average wages. It did a good job advancing the story, noting that there are next steps that haven't been taken to implement the proposal, while outlining what the best next steps should be. Great use of quotes, effective weaving throughout quotes from students, parents, and teachers to show many different perspectives. An interesting read that adds to building attention and the topics of student bullying, falling student achievement, and smartphone use. Overall, a strong piece. Congratulations.
And in the enterprise reporting by a team, first place goes to Meze Pavlich, Sylvia Robinson, Grady Dunstan, and Leah D'Angelo of Clark Central High School, Athens, Georgia, for Behind the Buzz. Judges wrote that this was a great attention-grabbing lead that starts with evocative imagery and ties immediately into anecdotes from affected students. It uses effective supporting data from reputable sources. It has a simple and strong call to action for society and for individual schools that could make a difference on the issue. Congratulations, guys. Second place in the enterprise reporting by a team category goes to Ryder Popovich and Lily Johnston of Ben Davis High School, Indianapolis, Indiana, for The Gift of Giving. And an honourable mention in this category goes to Janie Rips, Kimberly Sambria Amaya, and Leah D'Angelo of Clark Central High School, Athens, Georgia, for Under the Gun.
And for the next award in feature writing by an individual, first place goes to Agnew Kim Daegu International School, Daegu, South Korea, for The Art of Uncertainty. The judges said, Ms. Kim is a fantastic journalist. Using both traditional and multimedia styles, she explains and exhibits the media universe of Generation Z. She advances the idea that their language, media choices, and worldviews are based on an absurdist view of life that values randomness over order and pessimism about the state of politics and government. She notes the similarity of this outlook to the Dadaists of the early 20th century, with their artistic critique of the culture and crisis of their society. Using multimedia, Miss Kim grabs the reader viewer around chunks of advertising, visual art, and TV news that shakes us into an awareness of Gen Z's dismal view of the future and a dislike of the world that they have inherited. This style called Kerkcore is a lens into a kind of satire at images that surround us. What is not dismal or dark is that the author represents a window into the future of storytelling in journalism. Her insights are powerful. We look forward to seeing through that window. And the second place goes to Emilia Sim of Carmont High School, Belmont, California, for Treatment of Trauma, the dark reality of the troubled teen industry. And the honorable mentions first goes to Ellie Sank of Bel Air High School, Bel Air, Texas, for Only That Fish Go with the Flow. And the second honorable mention goes to Claire Kernberg of Carmont High School, Belmont, California, for A Flora of Hope. Congratulations.
In the feature writing by a team category, first place goes to Anya Ganju and Madeline Shoup-Gardner of Carmont High School, Belmont, California, for Unseen Stories, The Psychology of Cults. Judges wrote that this was excellent in capital letters and beautifully done. Congratulations. Second place in the feature writing by a team goes to Alan Zhang and Ethan Zhu of Homestead High School, Cupertino, California, for Traditional Dance Allows Cultural Identity to Flourish. And an honourable mention in this category goes to Sachin Chandran, Annie Ju, and Malala Guruma of Homestead High School, Cupertino, California, for They Feel It Too.
Now, for the next award, in-depth reporting by an individual, the first place goes to Catherine Winters of Carmel High School, Belmont, California, for Editing Humanity, a Double-Edged Sword. The judges said, Winter's story stands out of its excellent explanatory journalism and detailed handling of a complex scientific topic. The writer successfully breaks down the science behind CRISPR gene editing while also exploring the profound ethical question it raises for society. The narrative structure is compelling, beginning with the story of a newborn treated with experimental gene therapy, before widening into a broader discussion about biotechnology and its implications. Also, the piece demonstrates strong reporting and sourcing, incorporating expert voices and scientific context to help readers understand both the promise and risks of gene editing. The writing is clear, engaging, and accessible despite the technical subject matter, showing a high level of journalistic maturity. Additionally, the story is enhanced by effective visuals and explanatory elements, which support reader understanding and create a polished multimedia presentation. The balance between storytelling, scientific explanation, and ethical debate ultimately makes this piece the most complete and impactful entry in the category. Congratulations. The second place goes to Lisa Larson of Clark Central High School, Athens, Georgia, for understanding safety. And honorable mentions goes to first Christopher Long of Shawnee Mission East High School, Prairie Village, Kansas, for disintegrating support. Teachers are experiencing burnout due to district oversight, large class sizes, and student disrespect and AI usage. The second honorable mention goes to Luciana Mendy of Shawnee Mission East High School, Prairie Village, Kansas, for Let's Talk About It, Uneducated Sexually Active Teens Risk Pregnancy. And the third honorable mention goes to Shanish Fernando of Starford International School, Colombo 7, Colombo, Sri Lanka, for Sri Lanka School focuses on special needs students.
In the in-depth reporting by a team category, first place goes to Mihir Serene and Inez Stevenson from the American High School in London for A Vicious Cycle, Community Shares Experiences with Anxiety Disorders. Judges wrote that this story turns a common but often flattened topic into something vivid, specific, and deeply reported, using honest voices to show how anxiety shapes daily life and how school culture can intensify it. Great work, guys.
Now we're going to read a quote from our next the man whose trophy is named after, Frank Keegan. Without Frank Keegan, YGI would not be here today. And actually, today is his birthday, so congratulations, Frank. And now I'm going to say the 4 finalists for the Frank Keegan Award for News. The first finalist was Mariana Prieto of Benjamin N. Cardozo High School, Bayside, New York, for Funding Wars: How the Funding Ivy League Schools Impact Future Students. The next finalist was Marion Sara of Young Women's STEM Research and Preparatory Academy, El Paso, Texas, for Students of Color Want Cops Out of Their Schools. The next finalist was Isabel Links of Carmel High School, Belmont, California, for North Beach Fights for Affordable Housing Amid Delayed Historic Status Consideration. And the last finalist was Ariam Tedia of High School for Math, Science, and Engineering at City College, New York, New York, for A Digital Divide: How New York's Electronics Ban Exposed Journalistic Homogeneity.
And the winner in this trophy category for the Frank Keegan Trophy for News goes to Catherine Winters of Carlmont High School, Belmont, California, for West Coast States Break with CDC on Guidelines. Judges wrote, this is an excellent, beautifully illustrated summary of a very complicated situation. It did need more from anti-vax people and their responses to being confronted with the facts. Republicans slaughtered more Americans in 2020 than all of our other enemies did in combat since 1865. They killed the most police officers and first responders in history. Nobody is holding them accountable. Our professional intelligence people have tracked origin of all the deadly COVID-19 misinformation on the internet and uttered by Trump back to Moscow. Good work on a tough story, Catherine. Now somebody needs to push this to the next level. Don't worry, the adult professional mass news media have not done much either. Well done, Catherine. Are you here with us today? Don't know if Catherine is in the audience.
Does anyone know if Catherine Winters is here? Okay. If she was here, we would invite her on, but I'm sorry to miss her today, but congratulations to Catherine.
Congratulations, Catherine.
Now, for our next award is the news writing by an individual. And the first place goes to Inez Stevenson of the American School in London for Community Discusses Phone Policy Research, Inaccurate Representation. The judges said, a great look at an issue that impacts students with admirable skepticism and independent research about some of the findings used to justify a new policy. And the second place goes to Living Marsh of Shawnee Mission East High School in Prairie Village, Kansas. For what city? The judges said, an engaging and entertaining examination of something important to the student body that gets at issues of privacy, the risks and rewards of new technology, and how we use it. And the honorable mentions go to first Angela Gia, the Crusader Archbishop Riordan High School, San Francisco, California for Teachers Union, Archdiocese at negotiation standstill. The second honorable mention goes to Claire Kornberg of Carmel High School, Belmont, California, for Proposition 50 authorizes changes to California's congressional maps. And the third honorable mention goes to Caril de Sagon of Alabel National Science High School, Alabel, Philippines, for hikes over risk. Hitchhiking cases continue despite preventive measures. Students cite financial concerns, convenience as reasons why. Congratulations.
In the news writing by a team, first place goes to Shanish Fernando and Dolmini Mayaduna of Sri Lanka for devastated by Cyclone Diptwa, Sri Lanka is recovering. This piece was mentioned by judges as in the immediate aftermath of the devastation caused by Cyclone Diptwa across Sri Lanka, communities, charities, and organizations quickly stepped in to help, showing strong national solidarity as people work together to support those affected and begin rebuilding. The news article balances the tragedy with hope. It doesn't just focus on the damage, but also highlights how people came together to help each other. That sense of unity and resilience makes the story feel powerful and human. Congratulations, Shanish and Dolmini. Second place in the news story by a team goes to Noah Haynes of Copenhagen, Denmark, and Lena Marie Schulenkopf of Dresden, Germany, for EU states call Trump tariffs unacceptable, vow to react. Judges noted that this story shows how young journalists are stepping up to cover major international issues with clarity and with the timeliness these issues deserve. Strong geopolitical relevance with direct quotes and balanced reporting on international trade policy. Clear stakes for global economy and politics. Congratulations, Noah and Lena. Honourable mentions in the news story by a team category goes to Dorothy Conter of Maryland, Samantha Escoval of Matamoros, Mexico, Lena Marie Schulenkopf of Dresden, Germany, and Via Veas of Michigan, USA, for penguins, crabs, and lobsters. Oh my, no king's protests mix worries with whimsy. Another honourable mention in this category goes to Maya Dutt and Aviv Matus of Homestead High School, Cupertino, California, for community response to Trump's immigration policies. And another honourable mention in this category goes to Isabel Ling and Kiana Chen of Carlmont High School, Belmont, California, for Redwood Life Redesign calls for a compromise between residential and economic growth. Clearly a very popular category, so congratulations to all the winners there.
And the next award for multimedia news reporting by an individual, the first place goes to Nanaka Takahashi of Keio Girls Senior High School, Tokyo, Japan, for futuristic ideas on display at Expo in Osaka. The judges said, Nanaka was the only entrant who truly embraced the multimedia aspect of this category, submitting her work in 3 different formats: article, audio, and video. She had great access to the event, took lovely photos, and filmed super shots for the different platforms. She embedded everything into one web page, which also worked well. Her spelling, grammar, and punctuation were all top-notch, and her digital video was well-crafted. She also interviewed a senior person at the event and gathered quotes which added value to the story. Congratulations, Nanaka. And here's one of the videos of her article.
Why it's not working. It's not working.
Oh, it's okay. I need to mention also the second place, which was Noah Haynes of the European School Comprehension for Dermot Couples with Hybrid War. And the honorable mentions in this category go to Lily Traylor of the Episcopal School of Dallas, Dallas, Texas, for Hexed Security Sleep Exposes U.S. military war plans in Yemen. And the second honorable mention goes to Grisel Salinas of Ben Davis High School, Indianapolis, Indiana, for airport government shutdown and gun violence.
And now on the screen, we have a quote from one of our contest judges from the UK who says, "I've really enjoyed seeing all the work that's being produced. And I'm also really enjoying reading all of the winners. As mentioned earlier, there's so many great applicants and entries into this year's contest, and it's a pleasure to be able to share them with you today." Next up, we have the multimedia news reporting by a team. First place goes to the Veritas News staff of Benjamin N. Cardozo High School, Bayside, New York, for Senior Jews Spark Conversation at Cardozo. I think you might have a video of this.
I don't know why the videos aren't working. I'm sorry, the video is not working.
No problem. Judges said of this entry that it deployed a strong broadcast-style approach, highlighting a compelling issue affecting students on campus, senior Jews and the financial burden they impose. It moves from introduction to interviews to context and to resolution. The entry also contains news value in terms of and relevance. The camera presence and voiceover are clear and controlled, like those of professional newscasters. The report is also engaging with well-selected interviews that are edited and that offer a range of perspectives. This entry stands out as a powerful example of journalism in motion. And I think I can see Steve has just put the link to this entry in the chat, so I would encourage you all to give that a watch after the ceremony because it's a truly great piece of journalism. Congratulations. Second place in this multimedia by a team category goes to Ahmed Al-Khamizi of Manzuru, Egypt, and Akona Alwa of South Africa for Heart-Wrenching Stories from Cape Town's District 6. And an honourable mention in this category to Ethan Zhu and Mala Ruguraman of Homestead High School, Cupertino, California, for feedback on advisory changes. Congratulations, everybody.
And now, for our next award of multimedia feature reporting by an individual, the first place goes to Sofia Yakimenko of the Instituto de Istruzione Superiore, G. Veronese G. Marconi, Chioggia, Italy, for Surviving Sarajevo, a journey toward understanding war. This exceptional journalism, it's beyond student level. Unlike many student podcasts that feel conversational or loosely structured, this piece is tightly produced, intentional, and emotionally immersive. The audio storytelling is deliberate, and pacing, tone, and transitions are carefully handled. The voice delivery carries emotional weight without being performative, which is incredibly difficult to achieve. This is what audio journalism should do, make listeners feel like you are inside the story, not just hearing about it. Another commendable aspect is its editorial maturity, knowing what questions to ask, and structuring a narrative that builds meaning rather than just information. Congratulations! And the second place goes to Rachel Hong, Carmel High School, Belmont, California, for Hidden Costs of School Spirit, How Expenses Limit Equity in Extracurriculars. And honorable mentions first goes to Mei Lin of Carmel High School, Belmont, California, for The Art of Preservation, Arrowsmithing. The second honorable mention goes to Noah Haynes of European School, Copenhagen, Denmark, for Inside the Careful Restoration of a Beloved Danish Landmark. And the third honorable mention goes to Julia Campbell of Shawnee Mission East High School, Prairie Village, Kansas, for the Love of Mag. Congratulations.
In the multimedia feature reporting by a team category, first place goes to Abigail Holloway and Leah D'Angelo of Clark Central High School, Athens, Georgia, for Ink-Spired Tattooing in Athens. The photos were colourful, engaging, and really impressive. They were a great range of interviews with real people, included embedded audios from contributors. The interactive map was a great idea and worked really well. The students found a really interesting story in that tattoo parlors used to be banned. They looked at the history and developed a timeline to help demonstrate it, as well as looking ahead to the future. It was comprehensive, imaginative, and professional. Congratulations, Abigail and Leah. Second place in the multimedia feature reporting by a team goes to Mei Lin, Adia Arguel, Chloe Chu, and Anna Epimatopolo of Carlmont High School, Belmont, California, for Soundtrack of Spring, Celebrate the Music 2025. Honourable mentions in this category go to Veritas News staff of Benjamin N. Cardozo High School, Bayside, New York, for Cardozo students are multilingual and multi-talented, and Sanjit J. Salim, Ethan Zhu, Parth Dalakulu of Homestead High School, Cupertino, California, for school group's holiday traditions. Congratulations, everybody.
Yes, and for the next award in profile writing, the first place goes to Josephine Yin Lee, Chadwick International School in Cheon, South Korea, for Two Secrets from a Successful Life, a Korean story. The judges said, extremely moving story. We loved the way the author structured the story, showing the reader how much shows a sponsor changed his life, but also the whole world. We were extremely moved by Cho meeting Edna Nelson for the first time and realizing she gave to him without having much for herself all the time. What a beautiful relationship and profile on selfness and giving back. Congratulations. And the second place goes to Charlotte Wiesel of Shawnee Mission East High School, Perry Village, Kansas, for Brooklyn Adams. And the honorable mentions first goes to Isaac Samek of Geffen Academy, Los Angeles, California, for Before Sunrise, behind the scenes with the kitchen team that feeds hundreds. The second honorable mention goes to Christopher Long of Shawnee Mission East High School, Prairie Village, Kansas, for The Adventures of Miller. And the third honorable mention goes to Mason Rafferty of Southwest Career and Technical Academy, Las Vegas, for Public Speaking Enthusiast Meet Vivian Evans. Congratulations.
Next up, we have profile writing by a team, and first place goes to Leela Ackerman and Lujane Al-Jamal of New Paltz High School, New Paltz, New York, for The Stories We Don't See. Judges wrote that the opening line is incredibly powerful. Everyone has a story, right? The authors did a great job incorporating quotes and sharing interesting pieces of Krista and Kevin's lives. Congratulations, Leela and Lujane. And also just would like to say it's lovely to see everybody congratulating each other in the chat and sharing their congratulations with each other. And now I believe we have a quote. Oh, sorry.
Well, next is our next award is Tech Journalism, and the first place goes to Michaela Yarbrough of Cape Cod Regional Technical High School, Harwich, Massachusetts, for dealing with the reality of AI, a well-balanced piece that brings in multiple perspectives without oversimplifying the issue. Congratulations, Michaela. And the second place goes to Serena Aristide of Cape Cod Regional Technical High School, Harwich, Massachusetts, for looking at limiting social media. And the honorable mention goes to Aaron Newman of Cape Cod Regional Technical High School, Harwich, Massachusetts. Black Friday gives way to Cyber Monday. Wow, Cape Cod Regional Technical High School, congratulations.
In the travel writing by an individual, first place goes to Gemma Christie of Durham University, Durham, England, for enjoying the seashore by watching the penguins play. Judges said, when we close our eyes, we can picture ourselves peacefully with the penguins, thanks to the detailed descriptions. Congratulations, Gemma. Second place goes to Leah Arnold, University of Southern California, Los Angeles, California, for A Swiss Town Where Locals Trust Strangers. Honorable mentions in the travel writing by an individual category go to Lihani Lawrence of Cape Cod Regional Technical High School, Harwich, Massachusetts, for Students Embrace the Wonder of Travel. Noah Haynes of European School, Copenhagen, Denmark, for Helsinki, a small city with vintage style and tasty food. And Manuel Bernardo Tavares Maria Bello Carmona of St. Peter's Catholic High School, Guildford, England, for carols, cosy cafes, and Christmas tree farms make a festive English holiday. I now would like to travel to all of those places. Congratulations, everybody in that
And be with
category.
the penguins.
Yes.
And the next award for travel writing by a team, the first place goes to Ahmed El Khamisi of Egypt, Akona Alwar of South Africa, Anjola Fashawe of London, Anamika Konkola of Oregon, US, Anya Faruqi of Pakistan, Dorothy Quante of Maryland, US, Gemma Christie of England, Sharon Navin of Massachusetts, US, Lina Murray Schulenkorf of Germany, and Tahiri Adrianotahiana of Madagascar, of Young Journalism International. For 2025 Global Conference in Cape Town, we opened up the world for one another. And the judges said, we love the mix of multimedia videos photo with thoughtful, in-depth snapshots of the many aspects of South Africa, digging deep into issues like climate, human rights, and the simple joys of visiting a new country. There was also a sense that the team really worked together to highlight different perspectives, creating one cohesive snapshot made up of many different voices. Excellent reporting all around. We sense that there are many future journalism changemakers in this team. Definitely. And the second place goes to Mallory Boris, Soleiman China, and April Rosales of Ben Davis High School, Indianapolis, Indiana, for fall break travels. Now, here's a quote from one of our alumni and judges, Hila Yosafi from Connecticut, US. And she says, as a contest judge for several years, I am continually impressed by the brave young people earthwide who participate in the exceedingly important media of journalism. I am proud to be part of supporting their work.
And next up, we have another one of our trophy categories, the First Amendment Award. This special award is presented with support from the wonderful First Amendment Museum in Augusta, Maine. And the winner of this year's First Amendment Award goes to Andrew Hum and Kim Hong of Holmdel High School, Holmdel, New Jersey, for Speak Up, If We Can Do It, So Can You, published by the Student Press Law Center. Judges said that two juniors at Holmdel High School in Holmdel, New Jersey, discovered that a school policy for student journalism was not just outdated, it didn't comply with a 2021 state law. As they put it, sometimes change doesn't happen until someone asks the question, why is it still this way? We asked that same question when we discovered that our district's student publications policy hadn't been updated since 2012. And then they pushed to ensure that authorities took action to protect student journalism. That's what it's all about. Andrew and Kim are solid defenders of the First Amendment. I think Andrew is here today and potentially Kim as well.
Let's see, I'm going to find Andrew.
Oh, Andrew's here.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Do you want me to turn my camera on? It's not letting me turn my camera on.
Sure. Oh, let me see if I can figure out how to do that. I'm sorry, Andrew.
That's okay.
I
Don't
don't
worry
know
about
how to
it.
do that.
Wow. Thank you so much for this is such an honor. I mean, I wasn't expecting this. I'm doing a practice test for my finals right now. So, this was definitely a shock, but I'm so happy to have received this award. It's such an honor. Thank you so much.
And clearly very well deserved, Andrew. And please pass on our congratulations to Kim as well. And Steve has put the link in the chat for anybody that would like to read the First Amendment Award winning story. And I very much highly encourage you to read that. Thank you, Andrew.
Now we go to our next category in commentary, but first we have a message from one of our fellow editors, Nora Springborn, and her message for World Press Freedom Day.
Happy World Press Freedom Day from Illinois in the USA. To me, World Press Freedom Day matters because it remains a reminder of the power of our individual voices to make a difference and stand up for human rights. It also is a constant reminder of how powerful our communication is from all around the world.
Yay, I love her. And first, our Our award for columns. The first goes to Larissa Ayub of Università degli Studi di Genova of Genova, Italy, and Beirut, Lebanon, for Sweet Memories of a Beloved Lebanese Hometown. The judges said, this piece beautifully wove together different elements in a cohesive and impactful way. The author clearly illustrates the sharp juxtaposition of fond childhood memories tied to Hula, Lebanon, and the current reality that this town has been destroyed by a foreign military. Ayod does a stunning job in anthropomorphizing the town of Hula and expressing her desire to live up to the ideals she sees there. And the second place goes to Mei Lin of Carmel High School, Belmont, California, for Breaking the Ice. Is blood thicker than water in Asian American families? Congratulations.
In the editorials category, first place goes to Scott Scoop, Carmont High School, Belmont, California, for Selective Empathy is Weakening Our Bonds. Judges wrote that this is a sophisticated, deeply human piece of writing. It takes a complex psychological concept, selective empathy, and applies it perfectly to the teenage experience. By connecting the me-first mentality of social media to the way we treat a missing classmate, the writer moves beyond simple opinion and offers a genuine cultural critique. The call to slow down is a powerful, necessary message for today's youth. And Carmont High School, Belmont, California, are on a roll today. Second place in the editorials category goes to Southwest Shadow, Southwest Korea and Technical Academy, Las Vegas, Nevada, for Poisoning Our Country. And honorable mentions to The Crusader, Archbishop Rodion High School, San Francisco, California, for The Crusader Bids Farewell to Beloved Logo. And, no surprise, Scott Scoop, Carmont High School, Belmont, California, for Media Bias Erodes American Democracy. Congratulations, everyone. And now we have another quote from one of our judges, Lisa from Maine, USA, who says she is proud of these young journalists. And I am proud too.
And then for our next award, in first person essay, the first place goes to Nazanin Boniadi of Kabul, Afghanistan, for In Afghanistan, girls' lives are full of despair. The judges said this piece provides a vulnerable glimpse of their lives of girls in Afghanistan, focusing on the impact of extreme limits on education, employment, and self-expression. It's a brave account of a very difficult and personal subject. Second place goes to Carlos Franero of Central Maine Community College, Auburn, Maine, for Living the Lobster Life. And the honorable mentions first goes to Manon Boulanger of Ben Davis High School, Indianapolis, Indiana, for My Year in America. And the second honorable mention, goes to Katerina Kalita of Q Leuven, Belgium, for Europe Day 2025, sharing Ukraine's story at the heart of Europe. Congratulations.
Now onto the opinion writing category. The first place in opinion writing goes to So-Eun Khan of Beechwood High School, Beechwood, Ohio, for Narcan Can Save Lives. This is perhaps the best piece in this category in several years. The writing is fantastic, and the writer does a great job weaving in narrative, statistics, background story, and their legwork in running down information. Truly outstanding. That is some comment from the judges. Congratulations. Second place in the opinion writing category goes to Paloma Wilkinson of Stuyvesant High School, New York, New York, for Reimagining Grand Army Plaza. And honorable mentions in the opinion writing category go to Raj Chamria of the American High School, London, for US Must Address Rising Tariffs, and Emma Liu of Pine Creek High School, Colorado Springs, Colorado, for The Blame Game. Congratulations to the winners of the opinion writing category.
Now here's a comment and a greeting for a YJ student, Titilayo Adesina in Abuja, Nigeria.
Happy World Press Freedom Day from Nigeria.
Oh, she's so cute. And for the next award in opinion writing by a team, the first place goes to Chiwike Chukwuka of the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, Nigeria, and Dominic Crown of Lagos, Nigeria, for Nigeria celebrates its faltering democracy. Yay! The judges said, this piece, written by two reporters who deeply care about our country, clearly conveys their thoughts and concerns. Congratulations! Now, here's a comment for one of our judges, Mitch Eden. He won our Journalism Educator of the Year award a couple years ago, and he said, it was inspiring to see this young journalist tackling everything from global democracy and political polarization to the hyper-local battles of school logos and college advising.
And now we move on to another one of the trophy categories, the Jacinta Marie Bernal Award for Commentary. This year, there was one finalist in this incredible category, and that is Zoe Hugh of Benjamin N. Cardozo High School, Bayside, New York, for The Wickedness of Body Shaming That Fans Don't Understand. Judges said, this entry tackles the toxic nature of celebrity culture with refreshing bluntness. By using the specific examples of the Wicked actresses and the late Chadwick Boseman, the writer exposes the messy grey area between genuine fan concern and invasive body shaming. It's a passionate plea for the humanity of public figures that will resonate with any young reader. Congratulations, Zoe.
And the winner is Gemma Christie of Durham University, Durham, England, for What Does It Mean to Be of Mixed Race? Cape Town got me thinking about my life. The judges said, an airport employee in Cape Town looked at Gemma's passport, noticed she had a Chinese mother and a Scottish father, and welcomed her to the land of the mixed. It was an innocent, friendly comment, but it got Gemma thinking about her roots and experiences. She wrote a thoughtful, important piece that explored her own uncomfortable memories, ultimately feeling a sense of empowerment in my own race and identity that she had never explored before. It is a perfect example of a young person using their voice to understand their world and to help make it better. Is Gemma here?
She is.
Yay! Congratulations, Gemma!
I gotta find her. She was here. I think she's still here. Can any of my co-hosts help me find her?
Yes, I can ping her.
Let's see.
She says she can't unmute.
Oh, sorry.
I can unmute her, or you can unmute her.
Hello.
Hey, Gemma.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations, Gemma.
Thank you so much. It was a very difficult thing for me to write, but it was also very cathartic at the same time. So I'm very glad that you liked it.
That's a great piece, Gemma. Everyone should read it.
Congratulations.
Very well deserved.
Sorry. Next, we have our WordPress video for Daria Primak from Ukraine.
Happy World Press Freedom Day from Ukraine. In these calamitous times, we strive to always root for reliable sources to keep a reasonable perspective on what is going on in the world. But that can be difficult to manage when the press gets into the paws of government, with the access to truthful information getting restricted by those in power. In the past century, when Ukraine was in chains of totalitarianism, no press could possibly be free. Journalists who deviated from the topics approved by the party were punished violently. Yet, by publishing underground and risking everything just to be heard, Ukrainian reporters continued speaking out and sharing the truth about the regime. Today, things are different. We are now a free state, and we promised ourselves that we will protect freedom of speech and those who uphold it. World Press Freedom Day reminds us that people deserve to know the truth, and reporters deserve to bear it without the fear of being silenced or punished. It is the day we celebrate those who have become our beacon of bravery in the darkest of times.
Thank you, Daria. That's a lovely reminder of the importance of World Press Freedom Day. And now we move on to the reviews category. And in general reviews, first place goes to Lena Marie Schulenkoff of Dresden, Germany for It's Got Mulled Wine and Lederhosen. So is Chicago's Christkindl Market for real? I'm sure Lena will not be impressed with me butchering that pronunciation. Judges said, this piece's sense of humour makes it stand out among all the entries, and we believe its portrayal of homesickness will resonate with many immigrants in the world, especially coming from an immigrant writer. Through this piece, readers can sense both the writer's personality and the atmosphere of the holiday season in her hometown. Congratulations, Lena. Second place in the general reviews goes to Gemma Christie of Durham University, Durham, England, for Megan's beautiful show may be organic, but it's also a bit fake. And an honourable mention goes to Anne Tish Hancock of Kiev, Ukraine, for Art Imitates Life in Wartime Ukraine. Congratulations.
And for the general reviews by a team award, the first place goes to Gemma Christie of Durham University, Durham, England, Angela Pashawe of London, and Akona Alwar of South Africa for Food, Glorious Food. Cape Town is delicious. The judges said the review thoughtfully described dishes from around the world: Malay, traditional South African, Ethiopian, and many others, showcasing the diverse food culture in Cape Town. This was a phenomenal review that would make any reader want to eat the delicious food found in the city. Congratulations.
In the book reviews category, first place goes to Aviv Mattis of Homestead High School, Cupertino, California, for Sunrise on the Reaping displays tragedy, despair. Judges noted that Mattis illustrates a poignant perspective on the value of this novel. We appreciate the author's ability to provide an overview without rehashing the plot and also relating it to the previous installments in the series. Congratulations. Second place in the book reviews category goes to Anya Faruqi of Karachi Grammar School, Karachi, Pakistan, for absorbing important apartheid history in a book about District 6. Honourable mentions in the book review category goes to Emma Chang of Homestead High School, Cupertino, California, for Michelle Obama turns fashion into a language with her new book. And another honourable mention goes to Grace Skinner of Cape Tech Regional Technical High School for latest Hunger Games book, Thrills. Congratulations.
And for the music reviews, first place goes to Leah Arnold of University of Southern California, Los Angeles, for That Beat is Alive and Well for the most part. The judges said this piece displays a healthy musical vocabulary that feels professional and authoritative. Connecting the artist to the broader social pop context is always a smart move, but critiquing whether the artist or the context are heading in a good direction is a step up from there, and the writer has the critical thinking skills to stick the landing. Congratulations! And the second place goes to Emmeline McKinney of Clark Central High School, Athens, Georgia, for review Neon Great Midnight Green. And the honorable mentions first goes to Maya Dutt of Homestead High School, Cupertino, California, for Soul Child Doesn't Fake the Funk. And the second honorable mention goes to Madison Hodge of Bullitt East High School, Mount Washington, Kentucky, for Man's Best Friend album review. Ooh, I'd like to read that one.
Now we have the theatre and film reviews section. And first place goes to Lucas Allison of Ben Davis High School, Indianapolis, Indiana, another school that's getting a lot of awards this year, for Welcome to America, and One Battle After Another is one of the year's best films. Lucas tackled two important films with intelligence worthy of both. He astutely walks the reader through the plotting, themes, performances, cinematography, and contexts of the 2025 Best Picture nominee, The Brutalist, and the Best Picture winning One Battle After Another. Lucas is clearly drawn to worthy subject matter and approaches it with deserving thoughtfulness. Congratulations, Lucas. Second place in the theatre and film reviews category goes to Kiriana Finn of Cape Cod Regional and Technical High School for Death of a Unicorn, Weirdly Works. And honourable mentions to Raj Chamria of the American School in London, UK, for Happy Gilmore 2 adopts more serious tone, emphasises value of family. And Arar Ansari of the American School in London, UK, for Superman confronts power, propaganda through action, parallels real-world events. Congratulations. I have now added some more films to my to-be watched list.
I thought the same thing. And for the photography category, I admit this is my favorite category. First, we have a comment from Judge Yasser Ala Mubarak of Egypt, an alumni of YJ, who says, there are many talented young people around the world, and the YJ contest is the right opportunity to recognize them. And the first award of feature photos, the first place goes to Tyler Russell of Shawnee Mission East High School, Prairie Village, Kansas, for refining the notes. In the next slide, I believe it's a picture. I love it. Excellent composition and timing. Congratulations. The honorable mention goes to Brile Beaucamp of Ben Davis High School, Indianapolis, Indiana, for ELF. The next honorable mention goes to Campbell Aldrich of Shawnee Mission East High School, Prairie Village, Kansas, for String Screams. The next honorable mention goes to Zach Russell of Shawnee Mission East High School, Prairie Village, Kansas, for Squabble Up. And the last honorable mention goes to Abra Welling of Shawnee Mission East High School, Prairie Village, Kansas, for Backstage Magic. We have a lot of photographers in Kansas. I'm very happy about that.
We sure do, because first place of the news photos category goes to Will Griffith of Shawnee Mission East High School, Prairie Village, Kansas, for Violent Bubbles. Will captured a moment in time that demands our attention. While using his camera lens to focus on a small group of protesters and lowering his angle upward, we feel both the isolation and hope. Congratulations, Will. Second place in the news photo category goes to Kaylee Marsala of Wright-Nor High School, St. Louis, Missouri, for Long Lines.
The next is sports photography, and the first place goes to Jonah Burr of Archbishop Riordan High School, San Francisco, California, for A Season of First, football scores first CCS title. And the judge says, Jonah had a great timing. The ball is in a perfect spot. This shows some excellent positioning, editing, and knowing when to click the shutter. Congratulations. And the second place goes to Chris Castanda of Davis High School, Indianapolis, Indiana, for Soccer Fun. And honorable mentions go to first Addie Clark of Shawnee Mission East High School, Prairie Village, Kansas, for United Under One Flag. The second honorable mention goes to Marvin Wong of Archbishop Riordan High School, San Francisco, California, for Riordan Basketball Captures Open Division. And the third honorable mention goes to Sylvie de Galan of Shawnee Mission East High School, Prairie Village, Kansas, for Driving Up the Wall. Congratulations.
In the photo essay by an individual category, first place goes to Noah Haynes of the European School Copenhagen, Denmark, for Behind the Scenes at the Tivoli Flower Festival. Noah's images rose to the top with his visuals of an intricate and intimate affair of flowers. Well done and great storytelling. That is an impressive photograph on the right-hand side there. Second place in the more photos from Noah's photo essay. Wow. Incredible. Second place in the photo, more photos.
Oh, I love them.
Yes, it's inspiring me to suddenly become really fashionable and into florals. Congratulations, Noah. Second place in the photo essay by an individual category goes to Addie Clark of Shawnee Mission East High School, Prairie Village, Kansas, for Egg Sighting Celebration, and an honorable mention to Lucas Allison of Ben Davis High School, Indianapolis, Indiana, for BD Reconstruction. Congratulations, everybody.
And the next award for photo essay by a team, the first place goes to Ellie Sang, Kit Luo, and Skylar Lee of Bel Air High School, Bel Air, Texas, for A Show for the Soul. The judges said, a strong, immersive piece that feels intentional from start to finish. The sequencing works well, and the quieter, behind-the-scenes moments give it a real depth. Congratulations. Oh, they look beautiful. And the second place goes to Catherine Baez Orellana, Bricia Castillo, Ashlyn Green, and Joshua Lee of Archbishop Riordan High School, San Francisco, California, for Lindland Theater takes center stage after transformative renovations. And the honorable mention goes to Sylvie de Galan and Paige Bean of Shawnee Mission East High School, Prairie Village, Kansas, for A Night to Remember. Congratulations.
Next up, we have the Frank Keegan Trophy. The Frank Keegan. Apologies. Next up, we have a quote from Frank Keegan, who, as we mentioned earlier, is celebrating his birthday today. So happy birthday, Frank. And he says, "You are doing very important work and keeping the flame alive. Please be very careful as well as diligent. You give us hope. Thank you so much." And again, a thank you to Frank, who was the editor that helped start YJI back in 1994. And next up, we have the Journalism Educator of the Year trophy. And this year, there were 3 finalists in this incredible category. So congratulations to finalists Susan Sutton of Archbishop Rodian High School, San Francisco, California, David Ragsdale of Clark Central High School, Athens, Georgia, and Alexa Guterman of Benjamin N. Cardozo High School, Bayside, New York. Judges said, "Year after year, we see the hard work and dedication of these teachers and the incredible work that their students produce. Congratulations and thank you. You are needed more now than ever." Congratulations to this year's finalists.
And the winner is Tom Hayes of Ben Davis High School, Indianapolis, Indiana. The judges said, for more than 2 decades, Tom Hayes has guided a terrific journalism program at Indianapolis Ben Davis High School. He's a former award-winning sports editor who proved an even better teacher. His passion for responsible journalism has shaped the lives of scores of students who have discovered a passion for writing, photography, editing, and more. We're thrilled to offer our thanks to him for his contributions. Is Mr. Hayes here?
He was here. I'm looking for him now. Let's see if we can unmute him. I know he was watching his grandchild's first soccer game. So let's see if he can break away for a moment. That kid might be scoring a goal right now.
That's perfect. Congratulations, Mr. Hayes.
Well, if he can get on later, that we can put him on.
That's true. Maybe he'll pop in later.
Okay, so we shall move on to the sports category. And in the sports feature category, first place goes to Michael Yee of Shawnee Mission East High School, Prairie Village, Kansas, for Powering the Offense. A 2-word lead with an exclamation point.
Hello?
Hey, Tom.
Hi.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Did you hear that you just won the Journalism Educator of the Year?
I saw it on the screen, but I didn't hear it.
Ah.
Because I'm trying to watch soccer too. So that's pretty cool though. That's exciting.
Yes.
Well, you earned it.
Well, thank you very much for that.
Last night I was running downstairs. Wednesday I couldn't barely walk.
How's your grandkids team doing?
They're just getting ready to start. So it's pack soccer at 5 years old. So
wow.
But it's cute.
Yeah. Well, thank you for popping in.
No problem. Thank you for all you guys do for high school journalists and college journalists. That's pretty cool.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
You too.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, good. I'm glad he was able to pop on. So in the sports category, first place of the sports feature story goes to Michael Yee of Shawnee Mission East High School, Prairie Village, Kansas, for powering the offense. A two-word lead with an exclamation point creates instant interest. Staccato's second paragraph keeps the momentum going in this tale of the bonding and blocking of the Shawnee Mission East
they're leaving.
High School football team's offensive line, which the writer describes as a five-man synchronized storm. The junior assistant print editor uses one game, from the first play touchdown to the last second winning field goal, to show how intra-line competition and off-field coalescing breeds camaraderie and on-field cohesiveness of the four seniors who welcomed one sophomore to their winning unit. I am definitely going to have to go and read this piece so that I understand the sports lingo there. But congratulations, Michael. And second place in the sports feature story goes to Grace Pye of Shawnee Mission East High School, Prairie Village, Kansas, for finishing his game. Honorable mentions in this category go to Ariana Wilson of Wright North High School, St. Louis, Missouri, for Where Have All the Seniors Gone? Numbers Drop in Fall Sports. And another honorable mention to Sanjit Jayasilan of Homestead High School, Cupertino, California, for Game Review. Varsity Boys Water Polo suffers narrow defeat of 11-13 against Gun Titans.
Well, we have a comment from a contest judge, Randy Flom, a photojournalist from Pennsylvania, who says, "It seems that more and more photographers are practicing and getting much better. Everyone, please keep up the good work." Thank you. And for our next award in a sports feature by a team, the first place goes to Selena Wang and Maya Dot.
This isn't right.
No. Oh.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Well, the winners now have a little bit of a spoiler.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Yay. It's another one back, Jackie.
Thank you.
Yes. The sports feature story by a team. The first place goes to Selena Wang and Maya Dot from Homestead High School, Cupertino, California. A snapshot into the life of capturing sports media. The writers find a smart, original way into sports coverage, using vivid detail and strong character reporting to show the skill, discipline, and creative eye behind the images audiences usually take for granted. And the second place goes to Natasha Pandil, Ethan Shu, Henry Hu, and Chloe Wang of Homestead High School, Cupertino, California, for Varsity Boys Water Polo Tackles Higher League. Congratulations. Cupertino, California does love sports.
Mm-hmm. And in the sports news story category, first place goes to Kai Streetman of Clark Central High School, Athens, Georgia, for Lighting Up Death Valley. A thorough story which provides the reader with a deep understanding of the many layers related to the news. We liked that you introduced a potential negative that the reader may wonder about, budget, and addressed that in your story. We loved that quotes were reversed to get wide-ranging points of view from perhaps not the most conventional subjects, including a student and the volleyball coach. Congratulations. Second place in the sports news story category goes to Leah Taylor of Clark Central High School, Athens, Georgia, for Athens Made, Athens Bound. Honourable mentions in this category go to Victoria Burton of Cape Cod Regional Technical High School for On to the Playoffs, and Isla Giron of University of Technology, Sydney, Australia, for F1 driver disappoints fans with slide-off Australian Grand Prix racetrack. Congratulations.
Well, a quote for our judge that we already read, that it seems that more and more photographers are practicing and getting much better. Everyone, please keep up the good work. Thank you. And for the World Multimedia Sports Story Team reporting, the first place goes to Kai Streetman, Dream Freeman, Miran Hines, Leah D'Angelo, David Wang, Jay Braswell, and Sylvia Robinson of Clark Central High School, Athens, Georgia, for the glory of 85. The judges said the reporters told the story of a high school football team that turned disappointment into victory. The article captures that classic comeback energy, and how a tough loss can actually push people to do something great. It's simple but powerful. Resilience, teamwork, and not giving up. Congratulations. And the second place goes to Jay Braswell, Sylvia Robinson, and Leah DeAngelo, Maren Hines, Kai Streetman, Wyatt Mayer, David Wang, Asa Khan of Clark Central High School, Athens, Georgia. Ooh, you took everything for 59th Classic City Championship package. Congratulations.
In the sports opinion category, first place goes to Ayan Omar of Carmont High School, Belmont, California, for college athletes should have paid salaries. The reporter uses data and logic to present a cogent argument on an important topic in college sports. Congratulations. Second place in the sports opinion category goes to Leah Taylor of Clark Central High School, Athens, Georgia, for Leah's lineup, WNBA. And an honourable mention to Dominic Crown of Lagos, Nigeria, for setting a world chess record to help African children.
Now, we move to the art category. And for the Cartoons Award, the first place goes to Carter Hunt of Southwest Career and Technical Academy, Las Vegas, Nevada, for Preparing to Drive. In the next slide, it's a picture of his cartoon, and the judges said about it: humor, relatable, vibrant colors, and action depiction. Congratulations. And in the second place, there goes Jade Wu of Carmel High School, Belmont, California, for Interrupted Liberty. And the honorable mention goes to Andy Fisher of Regina High School, St. Louis, Missouri, for Cell Phone Ban. Congratulations. Here's a picture of the cartoon that won first place. Yay! I like it very much.
It's very impressive.
Yes.
And now in the illustrations category, we have first place, which goes to Milana Jarichkowski of Germany for Can the World Hear the Cries of Gaza's Children? Judges noted, this piece is striking. It reminds us of the horrors of civil war depicted in the famous painting Guernica by Picasso, which you've always said is a painting you can hear. The artist uses stark and bold black and white lines to create a similar sad feeling in this editorial piece. What's more is that a young student made this, not an adult. The work depicts horrible grief, sorrow, and heaviness. You can feel it. Well done to the artist, and please keep making drawings. Congratulations, Milana. This is really such an incredible piece of art. Second place in the illustrations category goes to Elodie Cockrell of the Watford Grammar School for Girls, Hertfordshire, England, for Being an American is My Birthright. Honourable mentions in the illustration category go to Francesca LaRusso of Shawnee Mission East High School, Prairie Village, Kansas, for Tea Illustration, Freddie Michalchuk of Archbishop Rodion High School, San Francisco, California, for The Rise of AI, and Lily Traylor of the Episcopal School of Dallas, Texas, for Traditions that Tie Us Together in Unity Across Cultures. Well done, everybody, in the illustration category.
And next, for photo illustration by an individual, the first place goes to Annelise Tavares Munoz of Regina High School, St. Louis, Missouri, for ECA, Movie Poster Recreation. And the judges said, visually interesting and a great idea to parody a popular movie poster. In the next slide, there's a picture of the photo illustration. And the second place goes to Alisa Huang, Branson High School, Ross, California, for boys basketball, set to finish strong. Congratulations. In the next slide, we have a comment from one of our judges, Arinze Chiyoke of Nigeria. Oh, well, no, there's illustration for a team, sorry.
In first place for photo illustration by a team, we have Henry Hu and Mala Guruman of Homestead High School, Cupertino, California, for Band Marches in internationally televised 136th Rose Parade. Judges wrote, the illustration is phenomenally incorporated into the layout and highlights different parts of the band in action. Impressive. And I certainly agree with that judge's remark.
And then for photo illustration by a team, the first place, sorry. Now we have a quote for now Ari Chichoge, which is, I'm impressed with how better the entries get each year. While the winning entry distinguished itself through exceptional reporting, narrative strength, and intellectual depth, the other pieces reflect important contributions to community education and global reporting. But now we move on to our last trophy, which is the Student Journalist of the Year. This year we have two finalists. The first finalist was May Lin of Carmel High School, Belmont, California. And the judges said about May. May is an excellent multimedia journalist who understands, as she put it, that the profession is not just writing stories or sharing news. It is about speaking up and advocating for the people who are often unable to speak up from themselves. And that is exactly what May does. She has the talent and dedication to make a real difference in the lives of many who need her to give them a voice. And the other finalist was Peter Ashley of Clark Central High School, Athens, Georgia. The judges said about him, as the managing editor of a fine student paper, Peter has done what any great editor should. He has the trust of his staff. His advisor told us that younger staffers seek him out for guidance. Editors rely on him for clarity and follow-through, and peers respect his ability to balance empathy with accountability. He leads not through his title, but through consistency, ethical grounding, and a genuine commitment to building others' capacity. That's what you want. Peter offers it. Congratulations for both for being finalists to the Student Journalist of the Year.
That's incredible and such an honour to be named as finalists in a really tough category. So congratulations, May and Peter. And now for the winner of the 2026 Student Journalist of the Year, I am really pleased to announce that this year the winner is Saritha Ganluri of University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. Judges wrote, in recognition of her superb work and growing leadership, judges chose Saritha Ganluri as this year's Student Journalist of the Year. A second-year student at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, Ganluri played a key role in organising a forum in the university's hometown on the future of journalism that showcased a handful of the state's top journalists. She also mentored many young reporters who rely on her experience, common sense, and decency. She inspires her peers and remains a role model for anyone interested in pursuing every aspect of journalism. Congratulations, Saritha.
Yeah.
I'm searching for her so we can unmute her.
I'm unmuted. I can unmute myself.
Congratulations, Sarah.
I am absolutely honored. I was not expecting this at all. And I'm very, very grateful that YGI has given me the opportunity to meet so many amazing people and be a part of something that means so much to me, but more than that is making a difference for other people. And I think the skills and relationships I've built through IGI have changed my life forever. And I'm just honored. Thank you so much, and congratulations to the finalists as well.
You have done the same to us. Thank you. And now, thank you all for taking part in this year's contest. Whether you enter something or we're here to cheer on your favorite writers, artists, and photographers. We'll be back next year, so work hard so you can enter the contest next time. Please tell your friends about the contest too.
And awards, certificates, and trophies will be mailed out soon, and the complete list of winners and all the comments from the judges will be on the Youth Journalism International website by sometime on Monday. Thanks again, everyone, for being here and spending time congratulating and honouring all of the worthy winners in today's ceremony and supporting each other. Congratulations to everybody and thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Thank you.